Another day of being hot in LA. You know what that means. Nobody's gonna talk to you, and the ones that do, it's like, what? Okay, so here I am having lunch by myself at Joey's of Woodland Hills. Let me start off by saying this. When you're a pretty girl, like when you a 9, 10, you're gonna be lonely, okay? You're not gonna have a big group of friends. You're not gonna have a bunch of guys just at your feet. If you do have a bunch of guys at your feet, you're not a 9 or a 10. 9, 10s, we be getting humbled. They want to humble you. They don't want to compliment you because they feel like, oh, you received that too much. Too much compliment, her head gonna blow up. So I'm just never gonna tell her anything. And I'm also not gonna approach her because she probably got a man or 10 men. And she probably is a bitch because she's beautiful. So we get that, right? That's fine. I'd be prepared to go by myself out to eat, and that's the thing. Y'all remember Taco Tuesday Bay and Mexican Food Bay from like May? I haven't been approached since them, okay? So it's been a long time since I've been out on a date. Men just don't come up to me because I think they think, oh, she got a boyfriend, or, you know, she must be a bitch, or so something can't be right. Like, beautiful girl by herself, like, no, it's a trap. Anyway, so here I am at Joey's by myself having my little Korean fried cauliflower, and it's so good. And at the end, I close my check. I have my little cappuccino, and the bar is full, by the way. Ain't nobody say hi to me. I'm not expecting to be talked to every time because it just don't happen. So I just don't expect it anymore. You know, I just expect to be like Princess Fiona locked away. I'm getting ready to leave and this black guy comes up to me. He's a little older. Let me paint the picture for you. He's a little older. He's bald. He doesn't have any hair. Diamonds and bust down everything on, okay? Like bust down watch with the 2 chains, with the bust down, it looks like a bust down Cartier nailed it bracelet, but not quite. So something from the jeweler, and then some other bracelets. But his hands were ashy as because why your hands so dry? I need to know. It's very off-putting, so I get it when people go under my live or under my comments and they're like, girl, you're so beautiful, but your lips are dry. Because when you got the rest, like, okay, and your skin is dry, it's very off-putting. He gonna come up to me and be like, what's a beautiful girl like you doing alone at the bar? And I'm like, oh, I'm eating. And he's like, but why alone? I'm like, well, because if I waited on somebody to take me out, bitch, I'd be dead. Like, what the fuck? He started trying to like make conversation, but I noticed that his other friends are at his original table. So between trying to have conversation with me, he keeps turning back to his friends, but it's like he's asking me a question and then turning back to his friends, not listening for the answer. So I feel stupid because why you come up to me so that you could just ignore what I'm saying? Like, it's only so many times you're gonna have to ask me to repeat what I said because you're not paying attention. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be somebody afterthought. Look, I came up here to get the cauliflower. So then at the end, I said, you know, I actually closed my bill and I have somewhere to be. And he was like, oh, okay, well, take down my number. I said, I'm not gonna take down your number. He's like, why? I said, because I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna take your number. And then now I have to make the first move. Now I have to call you or text you. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not even attracted to you. Like, what the fuck? So then he's like, so I don't understand. So you're not gonna call me? Like, you wouldn't text, you wouldn't pick up? I said, no, you're conflating picking up a phone call with being the one to reach out. He said, conflating? Oh, that's a big word. How old are we? I gave him my trap number. He definitely is probably not going to get too much attention outside of like maybe a friend zone. But if this is what I have, if this is all the options, anyway, I guess I'll keep eating by myself. Another day of being hot in LA. You know what that means. Nobody's gonna talk to you, and the ones that do, it's like, what?